Hey everyone, so I want to point this out before we continue. So I was checking out some stuff in in between videos. I logged out. I realized that there were some updates not only for some of the add-ons, but also for my computer. So I went ahead and just did a fresh restart for my PC, along with updating add-ons and such for the game, checking if there was any hot fixes or anything. And while that was updating and such, I was rechecking some videos that people would have been putting out about the patch, and I found out they did exactly what I was hoping they were going to do. They added a heroic difficulty for the Operation Mechagon dungeon. It's not mythic only anymore. Now there's a heroic option. So if you see here in the adventure guide, heroic, yay! Which means I can now queue up for it here in the dungeon finder, right here. There's two separate wings for it. The junkyard and the workshop. I'm going to assume that the junkyard is the first part, and then that's the second part. So now I'll be able to just queue up for this, as opposed to having to try to, see if a group that's, being made for a heroic version will actually allow me for it. Plus, this will be a little bit more forgiving in the fact that I don't have a character here that's, intended for mythic dungeons, and I don't want to be the weak link in the group. If it's heroic, now it's more forgiving in that regard. So, anyways, I just wanted to let you know that means showcasing this for the story of Mechagon is now more feasible. So I'll be able to now do that in this patch. So, anyways, my point is expect a couple of videos where I queue up for that dungeon now coming up in the near future. So, anyways, let's talk to Mother and have her send us to the Maelstrom. I mean, after all, I'm part of the Earthen Ring. I feel kind of compelled to go there, so to help out my fellow shaman. After all, this was my order hall in Legion, so. Nabundo! An Azurite giant?
These stones have tales to tell.
Do not give up.
Never have I felt the world to be in so much turmoil. I can only imagine what Magni, who feels everything that Azeroth feels, is going through. I hope that these efforts are not too late. What happened to the Doomstone? Please don't tell me that Magatha actually got it. Fear not, it is safe. I will not leave such a dangerous object in the wrong hands. Oh, thank goodness. The last thing we need is Magatha running around with the Doomstone. Especially right now when we are dealing with, well, all of this. There's no one else here? Nabundo, where's the rest of the Earthen Ring? Where's Rhaegar? Where's... Come on. Where's... Oh, man. Where's Moan? Where are the rest of them? I expected things to be bad, but it's even worse than I thought. The shaman of the Earthen Ring are powerful, but this is more than they can handle. And from the sound of it, some of their own are still trapped down below. Like you did in Nordrassil, use your Heart of Azeroth to seal up the wounds inflicted here, and link any crazed elementals to rest before they make even more of a mess.
Back to work!
Be careful when you venture deeper into the cavern. Some of us were not able to make it out in time. Not that our champion can't handle. We'll get your people out of there. I mean, come on. Magni? I'm the Farseer of the Earthen Ring. Yes, I know Nabundo is also a Farseer, but, I mean, in Legion, the whole point was that I became the Farseer. The leader of the Earthen Ring. Looks like I have to slay this giant anyway. Let's get him. Is anyone going to be willing to help me? Do I have to solve this thing all by myself? down.
It's too far away. I don't have a target. It's too far away.
Ah.
It's too far away.
It's alright, get up.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Ooh, I like the music. Kind of reminds me of the music from Cataclysm. Which I guess that makes sense. I mean, after all, this is the Maelstrom. This is where Deathwing died.
It's too far away. I need a target. Champion! The heart of Azeroth has absorbed a massive amount of power from the Maelstrom. It's stronger than ever before.
Shall ride my raging tempest. To remind everyone who the Farseer is, this is my order hall of the Earthen Ring.
Well met!
Oh, that was close. If you hadn't stopped the spread of these wounds in time, I don't know what might have happened. You did it. You stopped the damage before it could get any worse. The Maelstrom will always be a place of great history and pain for Azeroth. But any little bit we do will make things better. Who knows? Maybe we can even heal Silithus one day. I'll meet you back at the Chamber Hut. Mother's sure to be interested in what happened here.
For Azeroth!
You must hurry. Though the pain of the earth lessens, I fear that there is little time left to save what remains of Azeroth. I know. We're doing all we can. We've enlisted some powerful help. That is good to hear. We are much stronger when we stand together. Good luck. Farewell, Nabundo.
I am listening.
Up. Yeah, you can definitely tell there's some issues with the patch. I've had more screen freezes today, on launch day for this patch, than I have in a very long time. Also, the screen is having difficulty catching up to me and rendering in all this.
Do you require experimentation?
Heart examination complete. Additional Azerite amplification activated.
Error.
Hey, 66.
Not found.
Yes, I'm one of those who was not at level 70 by the time this happened. I know. Alright, and now I can apply another essence here to gain its minor power. So I've already got that one. Chance to cauterize your target, fire damage, or to heal an ally. Your spells may have a chance to strike your target for fire damage. Corruption resistance increased by 10. When an ability fails to critically strike, you have a chance to gain Reckless Force. When Reckless Force reaches 20 stacks, your critical strike is increased. I'm gonna go with that. There we go. A chance to strike target for 17,000 fire damage, and it increases my corruption resistance by 10. Does it show here? Yes. So now I only have 5 corruption instead of 15. Alright. Plus, obviously, let's not forget that, we still haven't even gotten to the part where, you know, that to Wrathion giving us the item that we have heard so much about with this patch. The legendary cloak that we're supposed to use. I haven't even gotten to the visions part yet. I'm hoping that this quest coming up is going to be like a lead into that. Because I'm kind of eager to get that open and unlocked. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and fly on there. It's right here. Let's just go. Let's just fly over. You know, it was funny. I was looking up... you know, I mentioned looking up the videos about the patch, you know, in between, and it was interesting finding out about some of the complaints that some people were having hearing about some of the stuff in this patch. Now, I want to point something out before, you know, I mention this. I am someone who absolutely love that flying is in this game. You know, I love being able to fly over like this. If I couldn't fly over right now, do you realize how horrible this would be in terms of having to go all the way back there? Like, on foot, with all this stuff? Ugh. Now, I'm perfectly okay with the system that we have now. You know, earning it. You know, going on foot for the good majority of the time when you start off, and then earning it, having it unlocked, and then being able to have it available for your alts after you've unlocked it and have earned it. You know, I felt like I earned flying in BFA after all that I did with this character and doing all the stuff, where now, you know, I can be able to fly around with my other characters. You know, you can see here, I still have to go back and do that with Draenor, and I'm okay with that. It means I am able to get more stuff done that I didn't do before, which is something I'm always behind on, you know. Having gotten into this game late, there's still tons of stuff for me to do. I've never felt like one of those players that, you know, that apparently has been doing everything since the game launched and feel like they have done literally everything that there is to do in this game. You know, I've even added a few more, as you can see, because of what came out today. I still have to, you know, I'm revered with the Volundai in order to unlock flying, but now I gotta get back there and do Exalted with that, as well as Rustabolt in Mechagon, if I want to unlock both the Volpira and the Mechanomes. So there's always still tons of stuff from, you know, more stuff for me to do, and being able to fly around and make that you know, less of a hassle and aggravation, you know, is a godsend. So when I hear people complain about things like, you know, the worms from beyond that are in this area, I was hoping one was going to fly by so I could point it out just to remind you guys about it. And the debuff that it applies, because apparently if you... Yeah, there it is, right there. People were complaining about this, saying that this is Blizzard's way of trying to be anti-flying and taking away flying. You know, the fact that if you stay close enough, you can be flying extremely slow. And it was just funny seeing what some of the responses were to this. And I'm just like, really? I mean, I love flying, but I don't think it's really that bad of an issue as some people were making it out to be. Ghost Wolf is faster than cat form for Druid. I love Druid. I'm just joking. Just messing around.
I speak for Azeroth.
We won't be finding any answers out here. Whatever is happening has to be coming from deep within the inner chamber. If we can get to the forge, maybe we'll find some answers. Best check your gear before heading in. Who knows what's waiting for us in there? Magni, please don't tell me that this is a gear check right now. Please don't tell me.
Azeroth.
The last thing I need right now is a gear check when I'm basically relying on some of the corrupted gear to increase my item level, to get me, you know, basically have better gear. And then be able to cleanse it.
Look out! The ceiling's caving in!
Of course it is. Come on,
The
Magni.
entrance is blocked. Mother, get our champion out of here!
Error. Unable to locate suitable destination for extraction.
Well then, bring them to me! Hero, I'll meet you outside!
Locking onto speaker unit. Teleportation initiated.
That was too close for comfort. Let's go, champion.
Come on, Magni.
Look! Across the sand! That must be the anomaly.
Keep up, Magni. I'm getting slowed down by the sand. Oh no, by the wind.
Be careful, hero!
Oh, 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 oh.
No, it has already begun. Champion, you must resist N'Zoth's influence. Do not give in to madness.
I'm trying, Rathian. Calm the whispers. Losing my sanity.
Mother, can you bring them back to the chamber?
Initiating evacuation protocol.
Hi, Marrogar.
What N'Zoth's doing? I've never seen anything like it.
It was his vision of the future made manifest. An echo of the Black Empire. Well, I did say leave the problem of Nyalotha to me. I suppose now is as good a time as any.
So am I finally getting my legendary cloak?
It seems our fates are intertwined.
If N'Zoth were to gain access to the Forge and leverage its power, the results would be catastrophic. I'm afraid that we're short on time. If you're going to continue these investigations, you'll need protection. And I know just the place. Yep, gonna be getting my legendary cloak. 470! And the screen freezes. Plus 5 corruption resistance. Reduce sanity loss within the vision zone is off by 20%. 470. Oh, man. Ooh, yeah. Definitely going to be getting a nice buff to my item level in this patch. Really nice. Protecting one's mind against the old gods requires an object of pure corruption. Unbeknownst to many, one such object exists. Dormant beneath the molten pits of Blackwing Descent, until recently, one of my agents stood watch over the area. I noticed him every time I went there, Brathian. He really, was not that subtle about it. Keeping detailed records of suspicious activities. Unfortunately, this agent has gone silent. It is now clear that we are not the only ones with this knowledge. If we are to find answers, there is one place to look. Our journey continues. Black Rock awaits. Retrieve the corrupt black dragon scale. So that's what the cloak's being made out of? A corrupt black dragon scale? I mean, okay. I mean, my warrior had one made out of your father's scale for his shield, but okay. Blackwing Descent atop Blackrock Mountain. Oh gosh. I have to get to Blackrock as Horde.
I will rendezvous with my operative outside Blackrock Mountain. Meet me there. Is there something you wish to discuss?
Oh boy. This is fun, trying to get to Blackrock as Horde. I mean, as Alliance, it's super easy. I mean, for goodness sakes, Blackrock is literally right next to Stormwind. But as Horde, it's a little more involved. There's a couple of ways you can do it. First off, let's pull the sword. So, let's see. One way you could do it is you could take the portal to... what's the name of the city in TBC? The main hub city. I'm trying to remember what it's called. But you go there, and then you head over to Hellfire Peninsula and go through the Dark Portal to the Blasted Lands, and then you just fly, past Karazhan all the way to Blackrock. Or you go to Orgrimmar and take the Zeppelin to Stranglethorn, and then fly there from Blackrock. Or you take the portal to the Twilight Highlands, and then you fly to Blackrock. So, let's see. Of course, there's also, go to Silvermoon or Undercity and just use the flight path, and take the closest one that's literally right outside Blackrock. But as you guys know, flying straight to it on your mount and taking the Flight Master are definitely two different things. Considering how much the Flight Master is like, whoa, 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 just, side to side and, going all kinds of different directions instead of just straight to it. I find it funny that right now, because of the corruption, it's making my Ghost Wolf for that moment look black. Like it's like black and dark and corrupted. By the way, I think I heard that this is from a quest that you get after doing the heroic version of the Ny'alotha raid. I don't know if that's true yet, but that would kind of, be unfortunate if I have to do the heroic version of the raid in order to get this, which means I would have to wait until Shadowlands comes out, and then we get to, the net, level 60 in the case of when it comes out, since it's going to be a little easier to do this in that regard then. It's like being able to go back and do Mythic Antorus to get the Charhound. Or do a Mythic Nighthold to try and get either of the mounts from Gul'dan, which I still need to do. Plus, I also still need to work on finishing the quest I have, because I actually did not get, you know... Oh my goodness, look at this. I've already gotten a number of pieces for this set. Wow. I only need 3 more pieces and I'll have this set done. How about that? Anyways, Gosh, what... Oh my gosh, I'm actually forgetting what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Nighthold. I was referring to this set. You can see I only need 3 more pieces. I need to beat Croesus, or Scorpyron, Xavius, and Nithendra. And maybe even... what's her name? Elyson, that's right. You know, because I also need to finish the quest to get the other 3. She's the only one that drops those. In order to be able to make it where you can just go through that door at the beginning of the raid and go straight to Elyson, especially if you are someone like me who is trying to farm these. Yeah. I don't have either of these, and I would love either of these for my Warlock. I also, from Gul'dan, not just the mounts, I also really want the, does it even show here in the guide? I don't think it does. No. There's a toy that he drops. It's only for demon hunters. And I want that toy, because I think it's like, I don't know, what is it? It's like a Skull of Gul'dan corruption thing. You know, it's a toy that's unique for demon hunters. Obviously, I want to get that. But I want to finish off this set, because this is a great shaman set, and I really want to finish it off. I just need the, you know, this piece right here, which looks great. I need that belt and the manacles. So I got to get back to joining groups to do mythic Mog runs and mount runs for Nighthold, which I don't mind because I love Nighthold. It's one, you know, it's a raid I enjoy a lot. In case you're curious, well, how many times have you tried for, you know, those mounts from Gul'dan? I'll show you in just a moment. My chair is very noisy these days. Probably gonna have to get a new one. Look, I am corrupted. In fact, I think, do you see? Oh my gosh, you can see the corruption on me outside of my ghost soul form. Look at that. Oh, that looks so cool. Of course, if I was on my Shadow Priest, you wouldn't even be able to tell, I'm sure. By the way, I don't know if I've told you guys this before. This is part of one of my regular runs here, this route. Because we get off that Zeppelin, guess where I go? Straight there. Right over there to Zul'Gurub to try and get for those, try for those 2 mounts over there. And then I go straight over to Karazhan, because you can see Karazhan is literally right next to Zul'Gurub. But let's see, if we scroll down to the ones that require groups right now. Look, I really tried a lot to get, to get the Horseman's Reigns this past Halloween. I really tried, many times while that event was going on. Really hoping I'll be able to pull off next Halloween. You can see I've had 41 attempts on the Abyss Worm and the Tomb of Sargeras, 28 attempts on the Charhound. Haven't gotten that, but I have the other one, the purple one from the achievement, and I actually prefer that one over this one. So if I never get this, at least I have the other one. I don't mind. And then here are the 2 that Gul'dan drop. As you can see, 52, 54. Still not there. 18 attempts on the mount I hope I never get. Because, oh my gosh, that mount is hideous. It's so disgusting. I'm going to be raising the attempts on these guys right here. These are all these ones that have 17 attempts here. These are all from island expeditions. So anytime you do an island expedition, you have a chance for any of these here. And I'm going to be doing that, not necessarily on this character, even though I could. But I'm going to be doing that on my Demon Hunter on the Alliance. Since that'll be part of that playthrough where I am doing expeditions in the midst of doing the quests and all that. I don't know how long it's going to be before that character touches this patch, because he's still questing in Kultiras. It's a real shame, when I think about it, that this expansion doesn't nearly entice or encourage us to play with our other characters and our, with the other classes as much as Legion did. It's one of the things I loved about Legion. It made me want to play with my other classes and check out all the other class-specific content, which I love. I love content that is unique to specific classes. I even showed that to you guys in a separate video in the Extra Stuff playlist with the Green Fire questline for Warlocks back in Mists of Pandaria. That was awesome! That Warlocks got a unique questline with a really cool reward, and it was a really awesome questline with a lot of awesome lore. Alright, here we are, Blackwing Descent. Now, right here is where one of his agents was supposed to be. But obviously, that agent is not here anymore. Just as Rathian said.
It appears N'Zoth is one step ahead of us.
Oh, because he's right here.
Grief will have to wait. For now, we press on.
Let's head on inside, Rathian. So, you talk a lot about your dad, but I don't think I've ever heard you talk about your brother or sister. Is there anything you want to say regards to your brother or sister in this place? Because I certainly remember this place. And what your brother Nefarian was like and did. Who was voiced by Metzen, in case you guys forgot.
N'Zoth's forces have seized Nefarian's lair. Make haste, champion. There can be only one reason they are here.
It's too far away.
The elevator boss! The dreaded elevator boss.
You will serve the Master, or die!
Why are there flawed experiments flying around? See ya, Rathian.
The suffering they inflict upon these dragons.
Ah, the infamous Black Prince. Such an honor to finally meet you. Behold the work of your fallen kin. Fear not, his efforts will not go to waste.
Yeah. You guys remember all the horrendous things that Nefarian did, not just here, but also back in Blackwing Lair in Vanilla? Yeah. Yeah, Nefarian was... he was messed up. After all these years, the silence within these chambers has been shattered. Well, something needs to be done.
These cultists intend to revive Nefarian's experiments. We must stop them. Eliminate the ones conducting the research. I will bring down the barrier.
You got it.
I'm on range.
cultists have repurposed the alchemy lab to experiment on those whelps. Put a stop to it.
Okay. Huh. Where'd the rest of them go? She was right here. Did he already take care of her? Oh boy.
The failed experiments become fodder for that monstrosity. Avenge them, champion. I'm It's too far away. I need you closer. I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Your efforts are meaningless. Nefarian's legacy will soon be ours.
Return to me, champion. This barrier is proving more resilient than I anticipated.
You got it.
I nearly have it. Just another... Behind you!
Any time now would be great.
I need you to get closer.
At last, the Black Prince graces us with his presence.
The Black Dragon Flight was unworthy of the Master's gifts. But you can still be of use to him. Begin the ritual. The Master has summoned me to Nyalotha. Our lesser creations can slay the Prince's companion.
Sure.
Your father proved incapable of resisting the old gods, little whelp. Such hubris to think you would fare any better.
No!
I'm out of range.
Oh, no. I don't have to kill those guys. The ones I need to kill are out here.
It was child's play to lure you here. This tiresome obsession with your Dragonflight's legacy will be your undoing. Using your essence, we will raise Nefarian and Onyxia to serve Nizar in the Master's name. Their wings will darken the skies once more.
They're gonna revive Nefarian and Onyxia?
I will see you burn for this!
Wait, are they both still down there? Like they're corpses? I mean, I guess they are, that would make sense. That's where we left them after we beat them here in the raid in Cataclysm. I can imagine some people are like, oh gosh, no, don't make us fight them again. We had to fight them in Vanilla, and then we had to fight them again in Cataclysm. Not again. Heck, we even had to fight them a third time when we got to do the, you know, the time walking for the anniversary mount. That's it. He's free.
You cannot break me like you broke my father!
Oh!
Dragonflight will purge your master from Azeroth!
Impudent dragon! All of your kind will bow before Nizar!
With me, champion! Let us bring this to an end!
Nice looking dragon form there in Rathian. Very nice looking dragon form. Complete the ritual flame. Wait, we're completing the ritual? Why? What are you wanting to do? Are you trying to just, you know, get rid of them forever? Only the burning flames of the pit below stand between us and the object that you seek. Oh, that's where we're getting my my cloak. Wait, are we getting it from either of them? Which one? Huh. Probably a good idea to have the Nefarian pet out for me while we're doing this. Let's begin the ritual.
I underestimated the sway the old gods still hold over the Black Dragonflight. There was little I could do to resist their power. I will not allow my Dragonflight to be corrupted again. Nefarian's and Onyxia's remains must be destroyed.
His dragon form does not seem as big as his siblings, but it looks awesome.
Recover their scales once it is done. Those, at least, will aid us in protecting Azeroth.
Huh. I wonder which is which. I can't really tell the difference. I'm just curious about, like, if we're using a scale from Nefarian or Onyxia. That's it. Those two are gone forever, supposedly. At least we think they're gone. You never know in this setting. Okay.
I entrust the scales to you, champion. Return to the Chamber of Heart, so that we might wield them against N'Zoth.
Can't you give me a ride back? I mean, you know, you're big enough to give me a ride. You're about as big as my mount. No? Fine. Oh, wait. Hello. Aw, you're gonna give me a ride. How nice. Or at least you're gonna give me a lift out of the pit. So supposedly that is the final fate of Nefarian and Onyxia. Unless something crazy happens, that is confirmation that we are never going to see those two ever again. How nice. This failed experiment was willing to fly me all the way back here. Thank you. Reminds me of the Experiment 12B mount, which I haven't gotten, but then again I haven't done that many attempts of Dragon Soul yet. It's gotten to the point where I've actually gotten pretty decent at Spine, that it's not as much of an aggravation as it used to be. You do something enough times, you're like, oh, I got the hang of this.
I have been expecting you.
Alright. The scales of corruption now serve as protection for those who stand against it. How fitting. Now let's see what a shaman of your caliber is capable of when dressed for the occasion. Ashjira Kamas, the Shroud of Resolve. Astra Kamas. I have to learn how that's pronounced.
This is more than a mere cloak, champion. It is all that remains of my once proud dragonflight. Corrupted by N'Zoth in life, they will shield you from his influence in death. Now, let us brave his vision once more.
This recent change of events allows us to continue our journey to discover what darkness lies beyond the sands. It will not be easy. We stand on the precipice of the unknown, but now the tables have turned. You do dress the part. Let's see what insights your return to the halls of origination bring to light.
I must uphold my father's legacy.
Far away.
It's not a long cloak, it's pretty short, but I mean, it is still a legendary to go along with some of the other ones that we can now transmog, so Speak with Mother to return to the halls. And this will more than likely now be the introduction to the visions. And we will be doing that when we come back. Stay